what really is magnified is how ignorant the people on Twitter are who claim the tee is worthless. You've got to get them to ingrain a new pattern. And if you're trying to get them to ingrain a new pattern against a moving ball, and especially against a velocity moving ball like what they call chaos, just put them in a cage, throw a 90 and tell them to figure it out. The odds on them figuring it out is not very high at all. In fact, it's terrible. Okay? So when I get them to feel what they're supposed to feel with dry swings and tee, and then as soon as I throw them a ball, they break down because they're pre-programmed that when the ball comes at me, I do this. In dry swings, the ball wasn't coming at them, so they could do that. But I want them to do this, but yet they keep doing that because of that ball. So a lot of dry swings and tee work is necessary to help build some muscle memory, to help give some confidence, to help them get a feel for what's supposed to happen. Doesn't mean it'll be perfect the first time they see a ball, but here's what I do when the first time they see a ball. I tell them that I don't care if they hit the ball or not. I want them to look at the ball, and I want them to do what we did dry swinging, or I want them to do what we did off the tee. I don't care if they swing and miss. I'm serious about that. I don't care if they swing and miss. And usually, the hitter is trying to impress me with how hard he hit the ball rather than how well he did the concept. I'm not impressed at all if he crushed the ball and hit it 500 feet while doing the technique wrong. That doesn't impress me at all. I would be more impressed with a perfect technique that swung and missed the ball. And here's why. If your technique is perfect every time, you're going to hit the ball a lot. In fact, when you get real comfortable with your perfect technique, you're going to hit every ball that you want to hit. When your technique is bad, that doesn't mean you can't hit a ball hard. It doesn't mean you can't hit a ball 500 feet. But it does mean you're not going to hit very many of them. And so when I ask a hitter to set his hands here and don't let him go forward or don't raise them up, and as I throw a ball to him, I expect those hands to stay right there, and I expect the barrel to turn, and I don't give a crap whether he hits the ball or not the first couple times. He's got to get this feeling. He's got to get this feeling of what his hands do and where the barrel goes and where the barrel ends up before he can figure out how to get that in front of the ball. And if he's not thinking about the technique, if he's just thinking about the ball, he'll get his barrel in front of the ball doing the wrong thing. And he'll look at you like, did I do it right? And I say, hell no, you didn't do it right. You weren't trying to do it right. You're trying to hit the ball. So this damn baseball, which is what all this is about, is also what keeps it from happening for a while. Once you get them to forget about how hard they hit the ball, and it's more important to do the technique right, and then you praise them for doing the technique right, and then they start to feel what the right technique feels like, then they can get a feel for where this technique hits the ball within their body. It hits it here instead of there. It hits it here instead of over here. They can feel the path that they're creating, and then they can feel how to get that path in front of the ball. But until they get that feeling, all the tee work and dry work you did goes out the window when the first time you flip them a ball. So it's a process. Not everybody has this problem, but a lot of them do. And you just fight through it. 2 young kids in here today, same thing. I finally told them I want their eyes to stay out in center field, or that direction is what I mean, out toward the pitcher, I want their eyes to stay there. I want them to watch the ball as long as they can see the ball with their eyes staying there. In other words, I don't want their head to come down and look at contact. I want their eyes to stay there. I want them to look at the ball as long as they can with their eyes out in the center field, and then do the technique. And you'll be surprised how the body will get that barrel to the ball kind of on its own, involuntarily. It's called hand-eye coordination, I think. Without manually trying to see contact, just do the technique. Keep your eyes out here. Watch the ball as long as you can. Do the technique. If your timing is anywhere near good, you'll hit the ball. If your timing's bad, just keep doing the technique and work on that timing. Let the ball come deeper or swing a little sooner, whatever your timing problem was. And eventually, they'll figure out their tempo, their technique, where that barrel is, how that barrel can go here and how that barrel can go here, even though it's launched the same every time. And eventually, they'll figure out how to get that ball in front of this technique. But they've got to be willing to fail to do it. They've got to be willing to not worry about hitting the ball. Now, some players, first time you throw them a ball, they hit it good. Other players, as soon as you throw them a ball, they do the wrong thing and hit it good. We've got to ingrain the right thing. My son had his high school season opener last night and went 4 for 5 with 2 homers and a double. Holy cow. He's a small guy at 5'10", 162. Thank you. Quick question, what is your favorite drills to help with hands slightly coming forward before snapping? I think I just answered it. Set your hands on the shelf. Don't let them go. The only way off the shelf is to turn. Okay? The strap around your neck. Put the strap around your neck and put your hand inside the strap. They'll learn to generate some force without their hands going forward, because the hands can't go forward when it's strapped up there. Okay? What else? I've got some perfect push-ups. I'm going to try to demonstrate. I need a wall to make it work, but I have them stand up against a wall and push this against the wall, and then turn the perfect push-up. So it'll turn like this when there's a wall there, like that. Okay? So you put pressure against the wall and you turn it. You don't want to pull it off the wall. You turn it. Okay? I was 5'10", 165 in high school, back in the dark ages of baseball. Class of '89, was really good at hitting ground balls. To have this info as a kid is amazing. I agree. I wish I knew what I did throwing, because I threw using a corner, stretching my leg, but I was a left-handed batter, right-handed thrower.